Okay, I'm back now after... Oh, music just kicked in. Back now after a couple of days, so here we go.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
No, he wasn't a good father to me. He was a cold, scary man, had this wall around him. I could never talk to him about anything. He wouldn't understand. He'd just punish me instead. Maybe it's his fault I got some wires crossed in my head, because he never loved me. I've always wondered what it feels like to have a loving dad.
Maybe it's not too late to fix things between you two.
It is. He's dead. Cancer. 6 years ago.
I see. But it isn't too late for you to put things right in your heart. Have you forgiven him?
Yes. What happened, happened. I see no point in blaming him forever.
Good. Clearly you closed this chapter in your life. Holding a grudge against your father would be holding a grudge against yourself.
How did you get to that crazy assumption?
Your father is a part of you, whether you want it or not. Children subconsciously copy their parents' behavior and recreate it later in life.
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree.
Why does that upset you, Susan? This isn't something I just made up. These are scientific facts which have been tested and proven over the years.
If you say so, fine.
You haven't really forgiven your father, have you? That's what it's all about.
I said fine.
This is definitely something we have to work on in the future. Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
I lost her when I was still a child.
So you were brought up by a single dad. What happened to your mother?
She...
This will be a good one.
committed suicide. One night, my parents had this horrible fight. I listened to it while lying in bed, forcing myself to go to sleep. It went on forever. And then, all of a sudden, there was silence. I kept hoping everything was okay, but I still couldn't sleep. I had this feeling, you know, that something wasn't right. And then I heard this horrible bang that echoed through the house. I got up. My legs felt like rubber. I went to the living room and saw the cellar door was wide open. For some reason, I already knew what happened. I just didn't want to believe it. We had a gun in the house. A rifle. It was in a box on top of the wardrobe, so I couldn't reach it. I wasn't even supposed to know about it, but I did. And at that moment, as I stood there on top of the stairs, I knew it was the rifle that fired. My father came out of the cellar. He looked like a ghost. Then he said something he would regret forever. He said, "Go and see what your mummy did." I could see tears rolling down his face. I stood there, paralyzed, and he shouted at me and said, "Just look at your fucking mother, will you?" So I did. should have listened to him. I still see her today when I close my eyes.
You certainly had a very traumatic childhood, Susan. I'm sorry. I can only try to understand what it feels like to lose a parent. But it's clear to me that your problems are rooted deep in your childhood. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
I need to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
What's that thing there? A band. Okay. That way. Yeah, I noticed that. Never know.
I've got enough gloves in my pocket. There's no need to take more.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, wait. Can't see that. Okay, I'm going to use the glove, I think, on that sink in a minute. Just an idea.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course. But the phone's being used at the moment. Can you please come back in 5 minutes? Thanks.
I'd like to go home now.
Well, so would I. But there are procedures and a system in place. I can't just let you go like that.
What?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, alright?
No, hang on a second.
I I feel much better now. Can you please discharge me?
I'm glad to hear that. But I can't discharge you until Dr. X sees you. He should be doing his round very soon. Please return to your bed and wait for him, all right?
Let's do the last one here.
Is Liz here?
And who's Liz?
That young nurse who was here last night. Black hair, very chatty. She said her name was Liz.
I'm sorry. A lot of people come through here. I can't remember everyone's name. Can you return to your bed now, please? It's nearly time for your medication. I can't be chasing around after every single patient.
Beg your pardon?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, all right?
What's this? Oh, what's that?
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
Yeah? Well, maybe you shouldn't leave them out on the desk for everyone to see.
If you are looking for something to read, we have some magazines for patients here.
Thanks, but I think I'll pass.
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
I was only going to tidy up.
I'm sorry. Are you one of the housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
Excuse me, where's the exit?
It's just down the corridor, ma'am.
Thanks. I'll be on my way then.
Can I see the discharge letter first?
A discharge letter? What for?
Some of our patients are under observation and aren't allowed out of the ward. For their own safety, of course.
It sounds like we're prisoners here.
It's for the patient's safety, ma'am. If you haven't been discharged by the doctors, I'm afraid I can't let you through. May I ask what your name is?
My name is Mary Smith. Let me through, please.
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do for you, ma'am. You should talk to the doctor first and come back with a letter and some form of identification.
Can I carry on walking up?
Sorry, ma'am, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Right. It seems that a discharge letter is the only ticket out of here.
Okay. Now, is there anything... Where am I? What?
Hi. Are you all right? Can we talk for a minute?
I can't talk. Please, just leave me alone.
Oh, I mean you no harm. I'm trapped here, just like you.
Trapped? I don't know. It's just so hard to think without it. But you're a stranger. And you're not one of those lovely nurses either. They look after me so well. I trust the nurses like I trusted my mother.
I just want to talk. I need your help.
Unless it's Mother who sent you. Was it her? Please tell me it was her.
Yeah, sure. I'm a good friend of your mother.
I missed her so much. I can't remember you very well. But you should know this. If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
Yeah, sure I do. Now, let me ask you.
What is it?
Oh, well...
What is my mother's name?
Oh god. Let's go with Mandy. That sounds like... Oh no, there's loads. Oh my... Let's go for Mandy.
Mandy.
No. You're wrong. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Well, I'm just going to go wandering down here, so what's it? Uh-huh. Like you do. Oops.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
I pressed it by mistake. Sorry.
Oh. Alright. It happens, I guess. I'll see you later.
Okay. So I've got a shard of glass, a pot, some gloves and a band. Right, I've got a feeling. I'll press this bell, don't I? And then she'll come across. But then I have to do something else for the... okay. Excellent. Oh, that's nicely flooded.
Someone is coming.
They certainly are.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
The toilet's blocked.
What? Well, that's hardly an emergency.
It is when you need to use it urgently, like I do.
I see. Fine, I'll sort it out. Just give me a minute. It's the gloves. Again! I guess I'll have to get my hands dirty since the cleaner's called in sick.
so Anne is on Prozac, isn't she? Let's take some gloves. Just on the off chance I need them again. Do I have any drugs in here? Shard of glass. Why do I want a shard of glass? No, I'm not sure what to do with it.
Shall we swap our name bands?
Ah,
Mother always told me not to talk to strangers. I can't take it. I'm being good now. Only talk to my nurses and good friends.
I need to find her mum's name.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name.
Okay.
The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
Okay, so let's go for Joan first.
Joan.
No,
Oh,
you're wrong. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
this might
If
take
you
a
really
while.
are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
This is gonna take a while.
Mary?
No, you're wrong. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Sorry about this.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me.
A beautiful name.
A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
Problem with this is there's too many of them. We've done Mandy, haven't we? Let's try this
Elizabeth.
No, you're wrong. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
one. Save me.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me.
A beautiful name.
A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a
Right, so we've
second.
tried Mandy. Sarah.
Sarah.
No,
Oh,
if you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name.
I've got to get through
The
this.
name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
Right, Alice. Let's go for Alice.
Alice.
No, you're wrong. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Well, we tried them all. I'll try the last one then, see if that's it.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
We have tried every one of them, so let's just try... Oh, hang on, there's one here. Anne Burton.
Anne Burton.
No, that's my name. You don't know my mother, you little liar. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
God's sakes. No.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me.
A beautiful name.
A beautiful name.
I'm losing my mind.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
Right, last one.
I don't know.
No, of course you don't. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Well, that was useless, wasn't it? And I can't give it that. Oh, no, I don't want to examine it. I know what it is.
It wasn't you who did it, was it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Someone just stuck a bunch of... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's sorted now. I just hope it's the last time I've put my hands in that stinking toilet.
Right. Okay, with the bin, the note. Oh yeah. The mirror, the glass, the sink, the bell, toilet. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's try. Can I swap these? Hang on, is there any medication in here? I didn't spot any, but let's have a look. No. Okay, let's try this. One sec. Let's turn the tap off and put the cold water on. Grab this medication pot. Let's grab this medication pot. Oh. So I need to know her mother's name, yeah, every single one of my options, she says online. No. I can tell I'm just tapping my way merrily through stuff here. There's no medication. There's no... It's exactly the same. See what I can talk to her about some of the pointless crap.
Tell those security guys to let me through right now.
I'll tell them in a minute. I just have to finish my writing first.
I'm not kidding. I want you to let me go right now.
Could you calm down, please? There's no need to be rude.
What? I'm not being...
I'll be with you in a second. We're looking after a lot of patients here, not just you. Let me finish this. I can't remember what I was going to write. I have to start all over again.
So I've got the thingy. What the hell am I supposed to do? I've got a container, glass. Obviously I've got to keep, so that's got to stay there. That I've got to give to what's her name. Glass shard. Patient. Oh. This is getting repetitive when you're just stuck on something. I can't seem to see it unless I'm completely blind. I might have to pause this for a bit. My brain's dissolving. Oh, hang on a minute, I've just thought of something. Oh. Well, I can't give the medication pot to her. What about if I give it to the nurse? She's there. But they don't want it either, do they? Oh. Disposable medication pot for pots and pills. But, unfortunately, I can't do anything else. Oh, hang on. Can I use the flowers on this thing? The glass shard on. For fuck's sake. Oh. It's driving me mad. You see, you think you could... That's... See, I can't... Okay, I'm stuck a little bit, so I can't use my mouse. I've got the band down here. I've got this medication pot that I can't use. I've got this glass shard I can't use. That obviously I've got to keep. And some gloves. Pressing buttons here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Lord. The flowers have got to be there for a reason, haven't they? But I can't pick them up because they won't want me to pick them up. I've got these beautiful... these things, these drug charts. But that doesn't help me. Okay, I'm going to come back to it tomorrow because I'm lost. I can't figure out. Okay, I'll stop recording there.